Florida, St Andrews or Prynhawn, depending on what time of day it is with you. Hope you're all well and safe and had a lovely weekend. Welcome back to Monday. A few little bits before we start. First of all, a very big well done for Science Week last week. It was amazing to see some of the work that you were doing, and it looked like you had lots of fun both at home and in school. It was very lovely to see lots of smiley faces and hard work from home learning as well as our in-school learners. Secondly, I want to say a special well done to Mr. Hayward and 4TH for a fantastic class assembly. Lots of confident speaking and beautiful singing, and very much enjoyed, I hope, by everybody who watched it. I hope everybody had a chance to have a look at that. And the third thing this morning, of course, is a big welcome back to our Year 6 learners who are joining us in Liswerry this morning. I'm sure you've had a chance by now to have a look at your wonderful classrooms, and your teachers have worked so hard to set those up for you, and they do look amazing. I can't wait to pop over and see you all in your new home, and hope you've had a chance to settle today and have a lovely first week back. Welcome back, Year 6. Okay, let's move on and look at our phrase of the week this week. There it is written, and we're going to listen to one of our crew members telling us what the phrase of the week is.
Dara ysgol yn dda.
Okay, I'll play that one more time for you, listening carefully. It's a bit sensitive today, guys.
Dara ysgol yn dda.
Dara yma o sgwelwch yn dda. Okay, we're going to move on with our ambitious learning today. Okay, ambitious is our A from reach, and so we're going to continue to find out something about being ambitious this week. Have a little think about this question before we go anywhere. Maybe you want to pause here and just talk to somebody close to you. When I grow up, I want to be. I wonder what you want to be when you grow up, St Andrews. Okay, ambitious learners can be anything that they want to be when they grow up, as long as they have the right skills. And we've talked a lot about our goals and reaching our goals and taking steps to get there. Okay, but when you do get older, there are many different jobs that you could do. And if you just think about jobs in our school and visitors that come to our school that do just different jobs, and maybe people that do jobs in your community, in the area around you, in places that you walk past every day. Just want you to pause again and just have a little think about some jobs that people do that you know of. So in our school, we've got lots of people doing different jobs. We have teachers, we have the Chartwell's team in the canteen cooking. We have cleaners that make our school lovely and clean and fresh for us every day. We have people that work in the office and answer the phones. We've also had lots of people in visiting having different jobs. Just for example, PC Morgan comes in. We've seen the Bubble Man this week. Lots of different jobs, and jobs in our local areas as well. Shopkeepers maybe, or last week I know we saw the traffic wardens coming up and down the roads, making sure the roads were nice and safe for us. Lots and lots of different jobs that you can aspire to do and be ambitious to aim for when you get older. Okay, I'm going to look at some pictures now and some words relating to jobs. Your job, when we look at this, is just to relate the picture to the word. Which picture matches each of the words? So we've got a nurse, a beautician, an electrician, and a footballer. Which one of these people do you think do each of those jobs? See if you can match them up now. So I'm going to show you two people. Okay, this is a person in picture A and a person in picture B. Now I want you to guess which person I'm talking about. Is it the person in picture A or the person in picture B? So the person I'm talking about is called Frankie. Frankie loves going to rugby club and playing rugby. Frankie is training and wants to join the army. Frankie also has a pet rat called Roland. Now, is Frankie picture A or picture B? Have a talk with the people near you and decide what you think. We shouldn't really assume that Frankie is a boy or a girl just based on what their name is or what their interests are or what they want to do when they finish their training, even by what pets they have. Here's some examples of some people doing some jobs. So on the left here we have a pilot, first female flight lieutenant Joanna, Jo Maynard. She's the world's first woman to fly a military precision flying machine. And then on the right we've got a nurse. This is a male US nurse looking after a young child in a hospital. So some things for you to think about there, some jobs and some people doing jobs. Another thing for you to think about. Who am I talking about? The person I'm talking about makes my breakfast every morning and then takes me and my older brother to school. While I'm at school, they're at home looking after my baby brother and doing all the housework. They pick me up from school, help me with my homework and make my tea. I could be talking about anybody, and for you that might be different people depending on who you live with. Lots of people just assume that only women, only ladies stay at home and look after family and men, but actually in lots of cases, and maybe in some of your cases, men do this as well. Sometimes daddies stay at home and mummies go out to work, or vice versa. Or if you live with an aunt or an uncle, or if you live with a grandparent, maybe they do those things for you just as well. Okay, having thought about all the things that I've just talked to you about, let's go back to the slide that I showed you at the beginning. Have you changed your mind about who matches who in this? Have a close look. Have you changed your mind? We don't always have our opinions aren't always what we think they're going to be, okay? And we don't always know what people do just by looking at them and just whether they're a boy or a girl. Lots of people do lots of different jobs. What we're talking about today is something called stereotyping. Stereotyping. We all have ideas and pictures that pop into our head when we're asked to talk about something. And they what we automatically think about. This is known as stereotyping. Stereotyping is when people think that everyone who belongs to a specific group is the same. These are some examples of stereotyping. Some people might think that all professional footballers are men. This is not the case. In fact, my daughter, before we went into lockdown, was quite often attending football matches with professional footballers, I think, and watched Wales play, and they were female footballers. All makeup artists are women. This is not true. In fact, some of the best makeup artists are men. All models are young. Again, not true. Girls don't like to play in the mud. This is definitely not true. I can remember quite distinctly as a child loving to play in the mud and climbing trees and making dens outside. All teenagers who wear hoodies are troublemakers. Again, this really is not true. We need to be very careful about what we think about other people, because it's not always the best thing to make a judgment on what somebody is wearing, or whether they're a girl or a boy, or whether they're young or old. Just a quiet moment of reflection, just to think about the things we've talked about today. Think about the people that you know and the different jobs they do. Again, think about what your goals and ambitions are, and the fact that whether you're a girl or a boy or how old you are does not matter. You are still more than capable of aiming and reaching those ambitions. Gwyddion. Diolch I ti am ai byd, diolch am ein ffrindiau I gyd. Amen. Diolch yn fawr for listening, St Andrews. It's been really nice to be back with you again today, and I'm looking forward to seeing lots of you this week. In the meantime, I am going to leave you with a little film clip to watch, just thinking about some of the things we've talked about in today's assembly. Da bo chi blant.